September 11th, 2001 was a day that changed America. 18 years ago, terrorists flew planes into the north and south towers of the World Trade Center in New York City, into the Pentagon, and a Pennsylvania field. Tomorrow in Springfield, city leaders will hold a remembrance ceremony at Riverfront Park in front of the new memorial, which includes a vertical beam from the World Trade Center. To learn more about it, Carolee McGrath sat down with acting Springfield Police Commissioner Cheryl Clapprood, Springfield Fire Commissioner B.J. Calvi, and the president of Spirit of Springfield, Judy, who organized the ceremony.
We've been doing a memorial continuously. Well, this will be the 18th year, but we did it up at Carew Street at the Public Safety Complex. And now that we have our new memorial, it naturally has to be down there at Riverfront. And it is a beautiful location. And the event will take place at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're encouraging anyone to walk down, come down, bring your families. And I'd like to say that due to the generosity of Amtrak, the gates will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. so people can see the monument lit in the evening, which is beautiful. But it'll take place at 1. The police commissioner and fire commissioner will make remarks. American Medical Response will make remarks. The bishop will be there, and the colonel from Barnes Air Force Base.
And the fact that you have this new memorial where this is taking place is just so special. Tell us a little bit about the dedication that happened earlier in the summer and the memorial itself.
Well, it's very special to, I think, most of us in Springfield, and I'd like to say especially us. We've had the peace for 11 years from the World Trade Center, and we tried to find a nice home for it. We found the best place for it. City gave us the park to do it. We had wonderful people help with the fundraising to do the work, and it is really awe-inspiring. And Andrew Card, who was an executive aide to George Bush, our president, was there the day it happened. And if you recall, so many pictures, somebody whispering in the president's ear to say we had been attacked. And he was our guest speaker. And we had really a stunning event, I think, and everyone was very proud of what happened. We had numerous police and fire, and read every name everyone that's on the monument was a first responder in New York.
And there's 498
Correct.
names that are on that monument. Cheryl, for you, why is this so important to do year after year? I think we were talking before the interview that, kids now, they learn about it in history. But why is it so important that we never forget what happened on that day?
Well, it's so important because people gave the ultimate sacrifice. And if you're a first responder, police, fire, or AMR, or EMT, you sign up and you take an oath and you know that day may come. But for most of us, it never gets to that ultimate sacrifice. And you never know how you're going to respond until that happens. And I'm just so proud of those first responders that it happened. They knew the circumstances. They knew it was dire, but they knew they had a job to do. And they walked into those towers and those burning buildings. And the 498 that are on our monument never came out, and there's still people today that are passing away because of the after effects of trying to help people down there at Ground Zero.
And you're referring to the sicknesses and the illnesses.
The cancers, yes. And they're still passing away. Right. But, they did their job, and they did it proudly, and they sacrificed for it. And the feelings we all got after that, on September 12th on, it was a feeling of pride. And it swelled up, and people joined the military after that. They joined police forces and fire departments, and they had a sense of pride, and we were determined that it wasn't going to defeat us. And it just made you proud. And I'm worried that the kids, they can read about it, but will they experience it the way we did? Right. And we know where we were at that moment. These kids, and now they're 18, 19 years old, will they know that? And I don't think they will unless we bring it out, unless we talk to them and tell them what we saw and how we felt and what happened in the year after.
And it still is so emotional. I can hear it in your voice. And I remember after it happened, the shirts, the FDNY shirts and the NYPD shirts, and they would say never forget. And there was an emblem of the towers. As a firefighter, obviously that day, I'm sure you remember where you were. And the job changed, right? The world changed after that happened.
Yeah, in emergency services, fire, police departments, we went from protecting people and, responding to fires and other emergency calls to actually being the true first responders on the fight for terrorism. That brought everything home. It crystallized everything in the country as to exactly the role that the protective services in the United States played in protecting the homeland and being right on the front lines of terrorism and the terrorist attacks of that day. Everybody who went to that call that day knew that they may not come home. Those who did make it out the other side were extremely thankful that they'd made it out. A lot of them suffered survivor's guilt from actually surviving through the incident. And it just brought everything, it crystallized everything in the country as to what these jobs actually do and what they mean to people.
And when you talk about that, you would see the first responders rushing in. We have all of those pictures of people just rushing in as everybody else is rushing out. I know that's your job, but that really does make first responders special and different because not everybody could do that job.
Oh, absolutely. It takes a special type of person to do the jobs like Cheryl and I do, and that the men and women of the Springfield Fire and Police Departments do, to put it on the line every day to do the job for the citizens of the city of Springfield.
And now there were 343 FDNY who were killed. Port Authority, 37 Port Authority cops and 23 NYPD cops as well. Just read an article about the numbers of firefighters and cops now entering the academy because their parents or their fathers died on 9/11. That is incredibly emotional as well.
It was a wonderful article, and it was about, because now if they had young children during the actual event of 9/11, these kids are now 18, 19, 20 years old, and it was a picture of a firefighter, and he had a baby in his arms. It was a beautiful picture, and then they show you the picture of the baby who is now 19 years old, graduating from the Fire Services Academy, and it was just, it must make the family so proud, and that's the way people felt about it. But see, it hit home for him because it was his father. So I'm sure people continually told him the sacrifice his father made. So he grew up and that's what he wanted to do. And that's the feeling that some of us still have because we remember it so well.
Where were you when you heard about it?
I had worked a midnight to 8 shift, and for some reason I woke up. I would usually go to bed when I get home, and I woke up in the afternoon, but I woke up it was like 11:15. And I always called my parents. So I called my mother, and she said, "Are you calling because we're under attack?" And I said, "No. What do you mean we're under attack?" And she said, "You have to turn the TV on." And then I wanted to put my uniform on and go in. Even though I was miles and miles away, I wanted to do something. You could feel what they were going through, and I wanted to get dressed and report to duty.
And I can say that I'd say every American felt like that day. I mean, we all remember where we were. I'll never forget going out. I was working at another long time ago, and going out and seeing American flags everywhere on every single house that you would pass. How important is this to you to make sure that our young people understand that feeling that we still all share?
Personally, it's the most important thing that we've ever accomplished at the Spirit of Springfield, because we worked with the Port Authority to get this piece of steel, not knowing, and got the last piece that they gave out. And we were very fortunate that Ed Sept, who is now the head of the Port Authority, he came to our unveiling. He has stage 4 cancer because he was on the hill that day. He was on the pile. So it's, it touches us all,
It certainly does. And it's still, when you talk to people about where they were, and they can remember every single second. Yep. But when you mentioned all of a sudden you're a first responder and now you're the first responder for terrorism, yes. That changed the world. And even to hear you say that, it's just such a reminder of what your job entails. Mm-hmm. When new guys and gals, come on the job, do they have that same understanding?
Some of them do. A lot of the younger people that come on the job were very young when this happened, so they've only read about 9/11 in the history books, so you have to really bring them up to speed on it as to what the job really means, what their true role in the community is as being a community leader and a community protector. Some of the younger people understand it, and some of them don't.
Okay. Okay. So Judy, just once again, the ceremony is going to be at 1 o'clock
The
on
ceremony is going to
Wednesday.
be 1 o'clock Wednesday, and for all of those that are coming down, if you're working downtown, take a walk over to Riverfront, see the monument, or come down after your day's over and see it lit, which is spectacular. And everyone that comes is going to get a poster. At the 1 o'clock ceremony, we had a special poster made up, and we will be giving out the lapel pins that we had specially struck for this event. So we're continue to hope for a good showing every 9/11.